This is Mettbrötchen. It's raw minced pork on bread. People would bulk at that in the US or England. Is it safe? How do they make it? I don't know. I love it for breakfast, but we thought we'd find out. Come to the kitchen, we're gonna make it for ourselves and find out the answers to some of those questions. Mett. So here we are in the kitchen. Mettbrötchen. Brötchen? Brötchen. Brötchen. Raw pork bread. So we're gonna make it ourselves. There's a lot of reasons why we don't eat raw pork. Salmonella, E. coli, a really grubby parasite that's a nematode worm called Trichinella, something like that. And if you consume infected flesh, that worm comes through your big intestine, then mates with other worms inside of you, and then eggs go into your flesh and can make you very sick or lead to meningitis and death. Delicious. So with that in mind, I bought here a piece of free-range, organic, beautiful pork neck, it must be said. Let's make Mett. So first we need a chopping board. So what I'm gonna do first is trim this piece of meat up, taking all the outside layer off that's been exposed to air and get rid of it. So it's a huge thing here in Germany. I actually did a TikTok video that went crazy, and we had Poles, French people, some Belgian people saying that they all eat a version of it at home. And apparently at some German barbecues, particularly in the 70s, they would make a big, at a buffet, a big Mett hedgehog with pieces of onion in for spikes. Did you ever come across that, Klaus? Did you? Yeah, amazing. So, we're gonna try and hand mince this. We don't have a grinder. We're gonna use a knife, and it's gonna kind of go a little bit like this. You need a really sharp knife to do this as well, obviously. So I'm making just a long cut straight down the pork, about halfway through. Then I'm turning it over, and I'm just gonna chop it really finely, basically like this. And we're gonna do the job of a meat grinder, but we're gonna go for kind of a coarse grind. Reggie's just got back from South Africa, so he's very excited to try Mett. This, my fellow Mett enthusiast, is kind of how the chop should be coming along. Can you see that? It's starting to look very beautiful, to be honest. C'est bon. So now we're ready to season. We need a bowl. So Mett traditionally can be seasoned a couple of ways. Salt and pepper, done. Or Thüringer, is it called Thüringer? Where Thüringer Wurst comes from, a very famous German sausage. You have Thüringer Mett, which I believe I'm right in saying is seasoned also with caraway and a bit of marjoram. But we're gonna go here with, do you want caraway, Reggie? Okay, we'll put a bit of caraway in for Reggie. Caraway, salt and pepper. Salt, don't scrimp. Go, that's enough. So you want to go kind of semi-heavy, not really heavy, semi-heavy on the salt. Freshly ground black pepper. Little mix, coming along nicely. Caraway, just a little bit of caraway, let's not go too much. I think I'm gonna go a bit more and just try until this, to mix it so there's no crunchy salt crystals in there. So, the pork itself was frozen. I froze the pork, and they say that if you freeze pork for 3 weeks, it should then kill the worms, if there was any worms in it at all. Not that there is.
Hello.
So this pork's been frozen, and then it's just come fresh out the fridge, super chilled. So this is all still really cool and chilled. You do not let this warm up. This is something that's made fresh from cold pork and put straight onto the bread and eaten pretty much as soon as you can. You excited, Klaus? Are you excited, Reggie? Let's go! The Germans wouldn't do this. This would just go straight on, but I feel like I'd like a bit of butter on that. I definitely wouldn't be traditional. This one, there's no butter on that. I'm putting butter on it. Okay, back to the Mett, let's get it on. So, this is looking really good. And we're gonna serve it with some raw onion. Fucking, there you go, boom. Is that your mum? Hey, where is she? Ciao, Klaus's mum. Final touch, we're gonna take some very thinly sliced rings from a white onion. So, Reggie, we're so close. It's looking beautiful, man. That's it. Time to taste. Reggie? Reggie just got back from South Africa, like I said. I made this for you. Look. Does it?
Very good.
Does it? Oh, good. Can you taste the caraway?
Other than that, all those sex worms.
Sex worms. Cheers, Reggie. That was it. That was Mett. Cheers, guys. Like, subscribe. Like, subscribe. Like, subscribe. See you next week.